Over a week back, the Owl House episode for the future was officially released. That leaves just one episode remaining for the show to wrap up its story and have its climactic conclusion. With this in mind, it does make me wonder, how will the Owl House end? Admittedly, parts of the ending will be easy to predict. I'm fairly certain that the Boiling Isles will be saved from Bellows and the Collector. Bellows will hopefully face a gruesome death because he deserves it. The Collector will probably have a change of heart, and King and the Collector will actually have a fair friendship, rather than the lopsided one that we saw in the recent episode. We know the protagonist will win the battle against Bellows in the end, but then there's the question surrounding Luz. The more I thought about her story, the more I realized that her ending is going to be more complicated than we think. In my mind, there are at least 3 ways for her story to end. The first possibility is that Luz and Camila decide to stay in the human realm permanently. This is essentially the same ending that Amphibia had for its series finale, where Anne, Sasha, and Marcy return to Earth, unable to see their found families again. Even though Amphibia and the Owl House have shared a lot of common plot points, I actually think this is the least likely scenario. The reason why Amphibia had its ending the way it did is because it goes in line with its message of change, and letting go of what you love for the sake of becoming a better person. This type of ending simply does not work for the Owl House, because its main theme is embracing yourself for who you are and pursuing what you want to do as long as it does not harm others. So for Luz to permanently lock herself out of the demon realm goes against that main message of the show. That leads me to the polar opposite scenario of how the show could end. Luz and Camila live in the demon realm for good. This scenario is more in line with the messaging of the Owl House. Luz clearly does not like being in the human realm and believes she fits better in the Boiling Isles, so for her to stay there is embracing herself and pursuing what she desires. But there are major flaws with this ending. Luz staying in the Boiling Isles is a great ending for her, but it's also a very idealistic one. This type of ending effectively sends a message to viewers: you should leave behind a place where you don't fit in and move to a new world. Not the type of message that doesn't really resonate well, at least to me, because it's not something that any reasonable person can do. There's also the glaring problem relating to Camila. She does not feel comfortable being in the demon realm, but she acknowledges that Luz wants to live there. It could be possible that Camila ultimately puts her interest of her daughter ahead of herself, but it's still a rather unfavorable position for her. Also, there's the fact that V is still in the human realm alone, and I'm pretty sure she prefers to have a parental figure in her life, so Camila still has to stay in the human realm, considering that V does not plan to return to the demon realm anytime soon. So that leaves us with the last possible scenario. Luz travels back and forth between the realms. Initially, I thought this ending was the least likely because it felt way too convenient for a story like the Owl House. But as I thought about it more, it's actually the most likely scenario, and it happens to be the ending that I hope will happen. In this scenario, everyone who survives gets to have their cake and eat it too. Camila gets to stay in the human realm, keeping V and potentially the rest of the Hexite kids company whenever they visit the realm. Luz will also have the option of which place she wants to live in. She can live in the human realm with her mom to do school and other responsibilities she has, but during the weekends in the summer, she can visit the demon realm and see her found family, her friends, and Amity. This ending stays in line with the idea of embracing yourself and pursuing your desires, which does make it still idealistic like the second scenario, but it is more down to earth considering that Luz does not automatically check out of human society. So the message this ending gives is more nuanced. Luz gets to live out her dream of being a witch and do good with that passion, but still has to deal with the responsibilities in her own world. With this in mind, I still believe this ending is too convenient, which goes against the show's darker tone compared to most Disney cartoons. So while I think this is the most likely scenario for how the Owl House will end, something tragic has to happen first before an ending like this can happen. In other words, a character has to make a sacrificial act to stop Bellows and the Collector in order for this scenario to be possible. As for who will commit that said sacrifice, well, that's a question worth speculating at another time. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. How do you think the Owl House and Luz's story will end? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribe to this channel for more Owl House, Amphibia, and other kinds of cartoon content like this. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day. See you in the next one.